Nation, let's get it. Yo, salute to everybody already here in the building. Y'all know what time it is, man. Make sure you guys wipe them feet, pay your bar tabs, hit that subscribe button if you guys are not subscribed yet. We were going to have a coffee and convo this morning, but Big Bro hit me up and said, man, let's do a Graphk and Wasted a Graphk show. So here we are. Wasted Talent will be here shortly, you guys. Once again, man, salute to the greatest chat in YouTube history, as always, and salute also to our proud sponsors over at BetUS. This live stream is powered by BetUS. Head over there, get 150% bonus on your first deposit for up to $2,000 using promo code YouTube150. Fastest payouts in the industry, you guys. If you are a bettor, no one does it better than BetUS, man. Make sure to go over there and tell them that Graphic Raider and Wasted Talent sent you. And welcome to the latest installment of the Graphic and Wasted Show.
Or the Wasted Graphic Show, whichever way you like to slice it. What is the deal?
It's good to see my brother, man. Happy New Year's Eve, my brother. I know it's a lot time difference out there, 3 hours. I know, you're going to get it before we do, man. Happy New Year's, my brother. I hope everything in life great happens to you and only you.
That's right. That's right, man. Listen, the ball's going to drop tonight. And listen, my balls dropped a few years ago. They dropped a long time ago. I'm old as hell. Look, man, it's just been such a strange year all the way around, personally, professionally, and with this Raiders stuff, man. It's just been a strange year, man. And I hope that we all go into the next year, man, and we have our best year ever next year. For real, man. Because it's been strange lately, bro. I don't know any other way to kind of quantify that, man.
It has. Salute to everybody here in the building. I want to say this real quick before we get to talking our Raiders stuff. I know a lot of people lost a lot of people this year, man. I just want to say prayers going out to everybody out there that lost some loved ones. I was in the gym this morning with my pops, and I just watched a list of even just celebrities that passed this year. And I'm like, man, I just got to count my blessings, man, to be able to even see another 24, man. So salute, man, to everybody. I hope, man, 2025 is excellent for every single one of you guys, the best, every single one of y'all lives. And salute to Tony, my dog, first super of the day. Appreciate you on the $10 special, my bro. That hat and that vest goes crazy. Salute to my guy, Tony, in the building. Salute also to Chrome Junkies, Dream Offseason, Ben Johnson, head coach, trade for Hendon Hooker. There's a lot of that talk right now. We're going to talk about this as well. Robert Salah, DC, free agents, our own, and T. Higgins, draft best player available. Salute to my guy, Chrome Junkies. There's a lot of moving parts there, but I got to be real with you. I agree with every single thing that you said. And there's another guy, man, Brian Flores. There's a lot of talks right now wasted of not only him being a defensive coordinator, but him stepping up and potentially being a head coach. And there seems like there may be a few teams out there that may be interested. I seen a report, and I'm going to be real with you. I got to kind of question the one, but the Raiders were a team, and also the Chicago Bears. I don't know how Brian Flores was with Caleb Williams, bro, the way he treated
No. Look, man, you know those rumors, how they get started. Brian Flores used to be a coach. Maybe I should write a story. Like, you get a lot of these guys, man, and I'm not attacking media people, bro, but I've been seeing a lot of bullshit stories lately. Like, a lot of bullshit stories. Like guys writing stories saying that, Aiden O'Connell and CJ Stroud have the same numbers.
Oh, I seen that.
I'm like, bro, bro, these are the same people who used to say that, Derek Carr's just as good. He has the same numbers as Peyton Manning through his first 3 years. Get the fuck out of here with that nonsense. Get out of here with that crap.
I love it. We get at least one F-bomb out of Wasted before the ball drops. Pause if necessary.
Tonight. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. The first 5 minutes, bad Wasted.
I love it.
Cursing. Gotta stop cursing. But, man, get out of here with that nonsense. Get the F up out of here with that crap. I'm seeing a lot of bull. Like, bro, it's nasty work. Like, people got to start taking these jokers to task. I see Nick Wright over there on Fox talking about trading and doing all of this bull, trading Drake May and having 2 picks, have a trash hunter. It's like, stop it.
If that wasn't the wildest shit that I ever seen in my life, I don't know if you guys seen it, but Nick Wright was saying trade Drake May so you can have 2 top 3 picks. Essentially, you get Shador in New England and you get Travis Hunter. Yeah, you're definitely right, brother. It's a lot of chaotic and a lot of weird shit within our, a small community as well. The articles and a lot of stuff that's coming out. Hey, look, man, I know that we have had a miserable season. I know people are out there just trying to keep their brands, and stuff afloat. But I have to say this, you guys, integrity over everything, man. You can't just put all kind of bullshit into the universe and expect to maintain your integrity, maintain your respect. I think over here at Showmore, we can agree that we play the respect integrity game over anything. You know what I mean? That's why you don't see all the clickbaity and all the other crazy stuff. We'll talk about everything in the nation and we'll bring, some light, shed some light on everything.
We have to.
Yeah, that's our job, right? But yeah, man, this year has been definitely insane. Salute to Robert. The only way Wasted Old Ass stays up past 9 p.m. HNY. I have no idea what that means, Robert. Do you know? I said HNY.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Hey, Dubzilla, you steroided freak. The F out of here.
Salute to my brother Robert in the building, man. Look, I'm so tired. I've been up since 4 this morning, man. Salute to Hug, the GOAT himself, man. I appreciate you, brother. Real talk, man. Salute to all the new Green Dot gang in the building because of my brother Hug D's 20 OLV Raiders Network memberships. My dog, man, the Green Dot gang continues to grow because of you guys. If y'all want to become a member, hit the link is pinned up top, and Wasted has his as well. And I want you guys to know this. Our jobs does not stop this week. I know our last week of football against the Chargers this weekend, we're going to talk a little bit about that game, but our job has just begun. You know what time it is. The offseason to us is the funnest time to cover this team because once again, we start to kind of buy into the hopium a little bit more because we're excited about free agency, the draft, and covering a lot of these guys. And we're going to talk about this here first, man. Did you get a chance to watch Michigan and Alabama today?
Yeah, Michigan pulled it off, man. They pulled it off, man.
And without Mason Graham, without Johnson, without a lot of those starters, Alabama, man, Jalen Milroe, bro, I got to be real. I know why people like him because of the athleticism, the build, the RPO, what he could do at the next level with the RPO would be phenomenal. But, dog, he cannot throw the football, bro. He could not throw the ball at all. And what I mean,
I don't know coming out. I heard he was going to Oregon.
Yeah, well, it's not official yet. He hasn't declared to stay. He hasn't declared for the draft. But, bro, I'm watching him throw the football today, and he was a liability every time he stepped back to throw the football, man. It's nasty. But when he runs, you can see the elusiveness. You can see the athleticism on full display. But, bro, that is scary. He has to go to a perfect situation, Wasted. He has to go somewhere like, and this wouldn't happen, but the Detroit Lions where he can sit behind someone and learn, like behind like a Ben Johnson or something. I don't see maybe Baltimore if he falls.
Nah, man.
I don't see it. I don't know.
The perfect situation for him is college.
Yeah,
he's not ready to come out, bro. Like he's not an NFL player right now, bro. Like it would take so much to get him ready at the next level. He'd be sitting on a bench until his next contract. He needs another year. He needs to go with a bright guy. Like I think with Jalen Hurts, and this is what I saw out of Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts going to Oklahoma really made him the quarterback that he is in the NFL. Not when he was at Alabama.
Yep.
You know what I mean? When he went to Oklahoma and he got with Lincoln Riley, that's really what helped him out and helped him develop. Man, I think that's what Jalen Milroe needs to do. He needs to go get with the next bright guy in college.
I don't want to hear a poor man's Jalen Hurts anymore. I don't want to hear a poor man's Lamar Jackson. He is a poor man's Anthony Richardson. That's how I feel. Watching this guy, I'm like, that's who he's going to be at the next level. Like, that's how I think
he's Quincy Carter.
Holy shit. Quincy high stakes Carter.
Salute. He was higher than most back then, too.
No, salute the heat check. AOC is a starter next year and AP one more year of head coach. It's not what I want. It's what I think is going to happen. You know what's funny, heat check? So we have a game this weekend against the Chargers, and they're already in the playoffs. They pretty much, they're set in stone pretty much who they're going to play. I believe they're going to have the 3rd seed, correct? I think right now, if the playoffs started, the Chiefs sit, Buffalo gets Denver if Denver finds a way to get in, and then the Chargers will probably, I think it's a hardball bowl again, wasted. Yeah. And you know, to be real, the Chargers have they have a chance of winning that game. But I have to say this: AP cannot afford to go 0-6 in our division and keep his job. I'm sorry. Like to me, this is a must win. I think if you beat the Chargers 3 games, 3-game win streak on the way out, and you get away from going 0-6 in our division, at least win 1. You end up with 1-5 on a 3-game run, then maybe Mark has something to think about. Maybe Tom Brady and company, Tom Telesco, say, we'll run it back 1 more year. I just cannot see in any world wasted where we go 0-6. Those games mean the most to Mark Davis, beating those guys in our division. 0-6, I don't know if there's any way you could bring AP back after going that in our division.
Yeah, I mean, bro, to be 100% real with you, the decision, if it doesn't lie with Mark Davis, has already been made. And I just feel like no matter what Mark is thinking, Tom Telesco, if he's empowered him to hire and fire the coach, is not going to hitch his wagon to a guy he never even brought here, who was here previous to him, that hasn't done a good job. And we're not talking about like, yo, win or loss, the results. What we're really talking about is like, is he tactically a good coach? Is he schematically a good coach? Yeah. I don't see that on display anywhere. I don't. And I don't think if I'm Tom Telesco, if I want to keep my job going into the future, that I want to hitch my wagon or something like that. So I think he's got to go. Yeah.
I mean, look what happened with he lost his job because of Brandon Staley.
Yeah.
I don't think he wants to do the same thing again with the defensive-minded head coach. I don't think Tom Telesco can afford to do that. And salute to verbal jiu-jitsu. I love what you did. Some verbal jiu-jitsu right there. Look, we are talking about in terms of putting out content, right? At the end of the day, man, there's a lot of people that agreed with me and Wasted in the sense of why win meaningless games at the end of the season to potentially take yourself out of the running in order to locate one of the 2 guys, Cam Ward or Shador. But not only that, verbal jiu-jitsu, I'm talking about having that number 1 spot and being able to trade back if you don't want one of those guys, picking up a shit ton of extra draft capital and then watch Tom Telesco do, work wonders. It's more than just a Shador or a Cam thing. Because I think right now, New England may be smart. They may move back. If they end up at 1, bro, they may move back. I think this is a really
that's what they do. Bill Belichick's kind of his mentality is all through that building. Those guys are still there. A lot of guys that he raised up in the Papoose, they're still there. His head coach is one of his former players. So I can see that, but I want to push back on what he just said. Right? I know you want to get to the next one, but I gotta say, when you start talking about integrity and respect and things like that, right? See, we're talking about as men, right? But if I sit there and I see that the Raiders could be in a better position, and I'm not saying that they need to tank, but what I'm saying is that, for me, if you're asking me what I want to see them be in the best position possible to be better next year. That doesn't make me a person with less integrity than somebody who likes to hold on to a losing culture like it's some code of honor, like it's some like it's some stripes that you got by sitting here rooting for a shitty team year after year after year. But I've been a Raider fan over 40 fucking years. I spent a lot of money, time, tears, heartbreak, pain. I'm just to the point now where I don't want to fucking hear it no more. I want them to win, and I want you. Verbal jiu-jitsu, because I don't know if you're subscribed to me, man. If you feel that way about me, hit the unsubscribe button and kiss my ass. Because if you tell me that I don't have integrity because I can see the forest from the trees and you can't, then you can go fuck yourself. Excuse my language. But
A rare form wasted on the way out of 2024. And I completely agree with you, man. But, once again, we're not selling you dreams, verbal jiu-jitsu. We're not selling you bullshit. We're being honest and transparent. You're speaking to two guys that are north of 40 years old who've been watching this team for many moons, who have not seen this team locate a first-round quarterback that has worked out in forever. So, look, I hear you and I understand exactly where you're coming from. And I'm being a little bit more nicer than wasted right now. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm feeling good. It's going into 2025, New Year's Eve. I got my family here. I'm home in Sacramento. I'm going to keep it a lot more respectful and cool. Verbal Jiu-Jitsu, Happy New Year's, bro. I hope that you are a man of integrity and a man of respect. And I hope that you practice both those things in 2025. Salute to you and go fuck yourself, like our brother Wasted said. Salute to Savage. Milrow was straight Nikita Lyons. Ass pass on, dude. Happy New Year, Graphk and Wasted. Good fortune to both of you and your family. Salute to my guy Savage. And if y'all don't know what that means, Nikita Lyons, that is a whole bunch of ass. A whole bunch of it. A whole lot of ass. So Savage with the haymaker. Also, man, salute to my guy Terry in the building as well. Pierce doesn't call any plays. Hey, could you imagine paying $5 to call us guys that don't have integrity? I always find it hilarious when you pay us to shit on us.
Yeah, but I respect it. I respect it.
I respect
it. And you know what? I don't even. It's crazy because I don't mind being criticized. I don't mind for people.
No, not at all.
I don't mind that. I actually welcome it, right? The thing is that what I can't wrap my mind around is how you as a fan, right, will sit up here and say, for the symbolism, let's win. For what? Like, I'm not saying that the players should go out there and not try their best. They should. The coaches should try their best. The people in the building should try their best because they're the ones out there getting hit. I'm not.
That's why we've never used the word tank. We never did. We just said this team was so bad that we hope we lose out so we have a better draft pick. We never said, hey, AP, go out there and coach worse than what you've been doing. Hey, team, just go out there and just lay down and let a team run over you.
We know they're terrible. So there's the sum total of a win for me means absolutely nothing. Yeah. At this point, once you've been eliminated from the playoffs, say, for instance, it's week 5. Yo, maybe we go on a run. Please, by hope. But once we got eliminated,
over. You know what? And I love, and one of our own beloved Raider, Max Crosby, stated that he understood both sides of things. Like, hey, you want to win? We're brought here to win. We practice every day to win. But I understand the fans. In a nutshell, what he said was, I understand them wanting our team to be, set up what's best for the future. So look, man, even if Max Crosby, the leader in the locker room, states that he understands why fans would feel like that. Hey, man, get it, it is what it is. But salute to Terry, man. Pierce doesn't call any plays. Supposed to be a rah-rah guy, but not seeing it this year. And still terrible at game management. Even with Coughlin and Lewis, I just can't see us keeping him. And we're going to talk a little bit about that as well, because there's so many conflicting reports out right now, Wasted, about Mike Vrabel. For those who have no idea, Vrabel's contract is officially up with the Cleveland Browns. He was an advisor out there, so now he can go look, to become a head coach elsewhere. There are rumors of him wanting to go back to New England and be the head coach, but there's also a lot of rumors and rumblings and innuendos about their owner wanting to keep, Mayo there for another year, giving another shot at it. Go build that O-line up, get some weapons for Drake May and run it back. So, and then there's some other, other teams out there that, may be in the thick of things, the Jets, as well. They even interviewed Riverboat Ron, bro. Like, that's crazy. Bro, I'm live right now, bro. I'm gonna call you back.
They interview Foot Sex Rex. They're gonna bring them back, and that's probably what's gonna happen, right? But the Jets, other organizations, great. For us, listen, man. The metric that we're looking for is a lot different than the metric they're looking for. Like the New England Patriots, you have a guy in Gerard Mayo who was nurtured and kind of mentored by Bill Belichick. And what I think Robert Kraft is trying to do, he's trying to meld new school football with some of those old Bill Belichickian principles. And I think that's why he's going to keep him. He's known the guy a long time. He's been an heir apparent. He's been the Robert Kraft's pick for probably 4 years. when he was trying to run Bill out of there a couple of years ago. So they're not going to cut and run. They just got their quarterback. They've located their quarterback. They got that situation figured out, and it'll be a little better for them. But for us, it's look, man, we got a brand new stadium. We fired a bunch of coaches in the last few years. We are rudderless. We don't know which end is up. We need somebody that can really come in here and really turn this thing around. It's somebody you can hang your hat on, somebody you can believe in. I don't think AP has that skill set yet, as of yet. I think he's the kind of guy where really, if he wants to be a good head coach in his league, I think he should go back and get on another staff and just work towards it, because there's a whole lot of steps that were skipped between him being a head coach and now. It shows.
And we don't have the luxury of time, you guys. Tom Telesco is going to be fighting for his job if this doesn't work. Max Crosby's in the prime of his career. We just paid Wilkins a shit ton of money to come in to be our guy. We got Jacoby at 28. There's some moving pieces here. Colton is not getting any younger. Like, we don't have the luxury of time. And I love what Jay Cooper said. Do people not realize that AP, it has been reported on The Athletic that it's a 2-year deal? Are we bringing back a lame duck coach? Make that make sense. What future is that? So for those who are wondering what Jay Cooper is saying, he's basically alluding to the fact that, so if we do run it back with AP, you guys essentially know that he's on a 1-year deal. And that's it. That's it, right? So you essentially are bringing back a lame duck head coach. And I think moving forward with Tom Brady in the building, you want to have some type of – you want to have a coach in there, bro, with at least a 4-year deal wasted. I mean, simple and plain. If you bring in Vrabel, sign him to a 4-year deal, whatever happens in that 4 years – you run it. You keep Vrabel around. You run it. If Tom Brady says, "Hey, this is our guy," and Tom Telesco agrees, and those guys come together, and that's what it is, give him the 4-year deal. But you don't want a coach in this building with potentially a rookie quarterback, because yes, you guys, I know, people think just because we're so-called out of the Shador and Cam running, there's still a lot of things that can happen in order for us to have one of these guys. But you want a guy that has a 4-year deal. You don't want to have a head coach going into the next season, with so many question marks surrounding him and his contract. And then with all these young guys, we're one of the youngest teams in the NFL now. If you guys want these guys to grow, you need to have a guy come in and grow with them. And if that's AP, if they do say, "Hey, this is our guy," and they give him an extension, which I wouldn't agree with it, but all I'm saying is you want a guy that's going to be in the building there for years to come. Simple and plain.
Because bro, at the end of the day, it's getting to the point where you have to establish some kind of permanency in a town that's never had a football team. Like that. Yeah. That's the biggest problem. Like, you can't establish a winning culture in a market that the NFL needs to succeed like this.
Yeah,
they need to. And teams coming from out of town to watch our team and beat our team is not establishing a culture in Las Vegas. All it is just making it a motel for the rest of the National Football League. It's bullshit. It is bullshit. Like, and the rest of the league and Mark Davis's partners see that. Even though he's made the team profitable, he hasn't made them relevant in that market, and that's a problem.
Yeah. Salute to Mike, man, on a $2 holla. McMillan Raiders, #1 pick. Milroe, round 2. Go Raiders. I got to keep it a buck, Mike. From what I've seen out of Jalen Milroe, man, if we do bring him in, we have to bring in a completely new and inventive, if that's the word I'm looking for, offensive coaching staff. We got to bring someone in that can work with the strengths of him. You know what I mean? That can. If you run it back with a Scott Turner, bro, we're gonna die a miserable death with Jalen Milroe out there, quarterback. Yeah. You got to have the right staff in the building for that.
Bro, stop, please. Whoever put that, please, man. Like, just look at anybody else in the league. Like, to have an intelligent, informed opinion, right? Look at the examples of others in the National Football League.
Yeah.
Right? Look at how they develop certain guys. Dude, they don't just develop these guys based off of no prior knowledge, or, you know what I mean? Like, guys that are bright and innovative minds, they can totally, design an offense around a guy and cater it to his strengths. Scott Turner has never, ever shown you that, bro.
Yeah.
Ever. Antonio Pierce can barely call timeouts in the right time and frequency. Like, just because you have a position doesn't mean you're qualified for it.
Yeah.
Like, and that's really the biggest problem, man. You have that happening all around America, not just the National Football League.
Everywhere.
That are not qualified to do the job. And I don't give a shit what anybody says. Somebody said to me, I was like, yo, dude doesn't have the resume to be a head coach. And I'm like, I went against my better judgment. And somebody said, well, he has the resume on the grass. And I said, yo, the only if we were looking for a green dot linebacker in 2007, then maybe I might have, picked up that resume. Yeah. The only resume he has is for teams to put foot to ass to us. And that ain't good, bro.
Yeah, at all. Salute to John B. I want Chargers to play their starters. If we lose, we win. And if we beat them, we can say we beat starters, not backups. Happy New Year's, fellas. Salute to my guy, John B. And I definitely agree with you, brother. I hope that we get Herbert. I hope we get the whole starting lineup out there, man, so we can go out there and try to cause a little chaos on the way out. Salute to my guy.
Break his back like the jabroni he is. Pizza face.
Salute to David Walker. Happy New Year's to the guys, Wasted and Graphk. Appreciate you, my brother. Real talk, man. Happy New Year's, man. Salute once again, man, to everybody here in the building. We appreciate you guys. As always, wipe them feet, man. Make sure you pay your bar tabs. Hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed yet. If Graham leaves, I would take Ron Rivera for DC. I would not. I feel like this would be another situation where we have like a Marvin Lewis in the building. Like that's just how I feel. Like it's the same shit. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do.
I would have took Riverboat Ron as my defensive coordinator in 2003.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Hey, you know what, Savage? Let's just run it back with Ron Rivera and just bring Norv Turner back as the offensive coordinator while we're at it, and we'll run that.
That's right. Go get the whole Apple Dumpling gang together, baby.
There you go.
Whole Apple Dumpling gang.
Hey, Salah, Flores, and if one of those guys are not available, man, look, keep Graham around at that point. But I'm not going to go back and deep dive into that coaching pool and bringing a Ron Rivera as a defensive coordinator. Me personally, I would not want to do that at all. And remember this too, Sav. Some of these guys have a problem with going from head coach back to defensive coordinator. This is a guy that has led that team, the Commanders, for many years. I don't want to have this, power struggle again in the building with the likes of a Ron Rivera. I would not want to do that at all. And I don't think that Ron wants to be a defensive coordinator. I think if he comes back, he wants to be a coach in that stat. Salute to my guys. Salute to L11. Happy New Year's, fellas. And thank you both and all of Mount Shieldmore for all the content this year. And Wasted, I'm happy that your travel back home was safe, man.
Appreciate you, my brother. Appreciate you.
L11, I appreciate you, brother. And salute to Damager with a haymaker. The reality is that without a promising young quarterback, you're not going to attract young, upcoming offensive coaching minds. Happy New Year's, nation. And you know what's funny? I'm happy that you brought that up, Damager, because I'm seeing a lot of people, which this is hilarious, right? Saying, oh, bring Ben Johnson in, man, and AOC have him be the starter. Do you think that Ben Johnson is going to leave Detroit, whether he's a coordinator or not, to come out here and coach AOC? No. And I know he's young on a rookie deal, and yes, but he's not going to leave that building, bro, to come to Las Vegas and say that Aiden O'Connell was the guy. Wait, so what are we doing here, bro? What are we doing here? Could you imagine? like I'm seeing people.
Bro, that's like leaving your job being a branch manager of a bank to go and be a cashier at Walmart.
Yeah, work at a recycling center or something.
That's like leaving. You're a branch manager at a bank. You're making high six figures, and you leave to go wipe tables at the Waffle House in Dubuque, Iowa. It doesn't make any sense, bro. Like quarterbacks and the success of the guys calling the plays are one and the same, and they know that.
And that's no knock to AOC. He's been playing some good football for us. And once again, you guys, he will be on the roster next year. He still has 2 years left on his deal, I believe. So he will be a Raider regardless. But the thing is this, man, you're not going to attract the likes of a Ben Johnson or one of those type of guys with the idea being Aiden O'Connell was the guy moving forward. It's just not going to happen. Salute to Ahmed Burton, man, my guy, man. Unfortunately, these wins made TT's job harder. So now he needs to do his job, figure out how to get one of these quarterbacks. It can't be AOC next year. You know what's funny, Burton? I don't know if you guys seen it. Salute to our guy, Vic Tafer. They have a podcast. I don't know what it's called. I think it's Just Win Baby Podcast or Just One. I forgot what it is, something along those lines. And, somebody asked him about the quarterback position and about Shador. And then he stated that, I don't think that we're going to be able to get one of those guys. I think at this point, we're going to have to try and attack the quarterback position in free agency, whether that's through trade, or bringing in the likes of, a Justin Fields or so on and so forth, right? And who's to say that Pittsburgh even wants to move on from Justin Fields because Russell Wilson's starting to come back down to earth here, Wasted. You know what I mean? So it's going to be an interesting thing to see if they pay Russ, if they pay Justin Fields. Who's to say? But they're going to be
– They're going to let Russ cook.
Yeah. I mean, but you know, it's funny. Don't be shocked if we end up with like a fucking Zach Wilson at quarterback next year.
Look, I like Zach Wilson.
I do too. I like
Zach Wilson. And if you see
that
something,
was my guy in that draft. I always say that's the only one I was wrong about. But I like that.
But you're not, because if you look at the Jets' history, you leave the New York Jets and you become a starter somewhere else. Geno Smith is starting somewhere else. Sam Darnold's lighting the league up.
Didn't Zach have more success than Geno and Sam Darnold with the Jets?
I don't know about that.
In terms of production?
Nah.
Okay.
He wasn't as good as those guys.
But it's going to be interesting. You never know, you guys. You know, once again, Jerry can do some Jerry shit in Dallas and maybe try to come up off that Dak contract and go get Shador. I don't know what may happen. There could be some interesting stuff that happens in the offseason, but I do believe we'll get one of these guys in the first 3 rounds, whether it's a Carson Beck or it could be a Jalen Milroe if he declares whatever. But I do believe we're going to attack that position in free agency.
But bold take, right? The thing that the Raiders really not having a first pick frees them up from is the pressure if they don't feel like one of these guys are the guy.
Yeah.
Because you don't know exactly, how Tom Telesco views these guys. We know people in Raider Nation wanted them, but do the people in the building want them?
Yeah.
Right. So now this frees Tom Telesco up to do BPA, best player available.
Yeah.
Right. So if you have an Abdul Carter there, you can go out and get him. If you get the tackle from Texas, Kelvin, Yeah,
I'm loving watching Will Campbell right now. LSU play. This dude is phenomenal.
And Will Campbell is phenomenal. The only thing with Will Campbell, and this is one thing I spoke about on my show yesterday, Will Campbell's wingspan is not ideal to be a tackle in the NFL. Okay. Like he has the wingspan of a guard, and it reminds me a lot of Robert Gallery, him being a 6'6" guy. So that could be a little bit of an issue, and he's not the greatest run blocker in the world. He's a terrific pass blocker. I love Will Campbell. I wouldn't mind him winding up here, but just he's one of those guys that might, be suited for being a right tackle or guard.
Yeah, well, somebody will take a flyer on him in terms of tackle and see what happens. I think he's too good of a prospect for anyone to just look at the wingspan and say he's not a top 10 guy. But I know what you're saying, though. I understand. And
what I'm saying is that when you start
a guard right there in the top 10, you can't take a guard at this point.
Well, this is the thing. The good thing about Will Campbell is you could take him like you always do, and then if it doesn't work out, then hopefully you have a Pro Bowl guard like Mekhi Becton, right?
Yeah.
So that's really the point I was making, and also, you have to take that into consideration, right? Wingspan is important, man. It really is. Yeah. Wingspan is important. Twitch, stuff like that, and bend is very important as well.
Salute to Wilder. If we draft an offensive lineman as the first pick, I'll lose my fucking mind. It's so funny. He put that up right when we're talking about Will Campbell. Salute to my guy, man. Happy New Year's, fellas. Salute to you, Wilder. I appreciate you, brother, as always, for the $5 holler. Hey, Wasted, I bet that you forgot something about this show.
I bet you I didn't. I bet you that you guys didn't realize that this show is powered by BetUS. Man, get 150% bonus on your first deposit. Get 125% bonus on your next 2 deposits up to $2,000 using code YouTube150. There's none better and none greater than BetUS. And I bet you didn't also know that this stream has been powered by BetUS and will continue to be powered by BetUS. Take that to the bank.
Mike, draft McMillan to pair him up with Bowers. No Turner. Salute to my guy, Mike Lopez. I mean, McMillan's one of them ones, bro. 6'5", 6'6", big body wide receiver. I think he'll be off the board if we stay here in that 8 range. But hey, man, McMillan's a guy that it's gonna be interesting when the underwear Olympics come up. McMillan, like they're gonna fall in love.
Shoot up draft boards, man. He's gonna shoot up draft boards, especially if the Patriots are in business to not take Travis Hunter. If they're not, like, he's a guy that can go in the top 4 picks.
Yeah. Facts. Salute to Heat Check. AP got 1 more year on his contract, right? Does Mark want to be paying another head coach that isn't here anymore? Does Max and the players want to move on? That's the question that we can't answer for you, Heat Check. We have no idea what the temperature in the room is in terms of the players and how they feel about their head coach right now. But I do know that Max loves him, and I do know that the players love him, but I don't know what they mean, how they feel in terms of bringing him back. I'll say this. That contract is not that expensive. You know what I mean? This is a guy that was coming off of the interim, being the interim head coach. I don't think he got paid a shit ton of money to come in in a prove-it year as a head coach. You know what I mean? So, and once again, you guys, the Gruden situation, we're not paying him because he resigned. He resigned. And then there was a payout, I believe, where they came to an agreement. So, and then I do believe that, Jack Del Rio's contract is officially off the book. So it's Josh McDaniels, and it'd be AP. And I don't think that – I just watched my Kings fire a head coach that has $30 million left on his contract, and this new contract hasn't even kicked in yet. You know what I mean? These guys got the money, man. And I don't think that Mark is going to care about paying crumbs compared to bringing in a proven head coach, proven leader to try and help us win it again.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's a drop in a bucket for a billionaire, right? But the thing is, it's not going to hurt his pockets. I think what's going on here with the Raiders, in the bleeding that's going on, he has to stop. It's hurting the perception of the organization and his perception. It makes him look like he is a jackwagon. He doesn't know what he's doing. Yeah, and it's sad because he's done a lot of positive things from a business standpoint. They put the Raiders in a great position, but from a football standpoint, man, it's getting pretty horrendous. He's into his second decade now, being a mediocre owner. As far as from a win perspective, and it's not the best thing in the world. I mean, this man's been an owner of this team since 2011.
Fact. Salute to Spivey. Salute Graphk and Wasted. Happy New Year and new hopes that come with it. May we all experience the hopium buzz for a while. Hope springs eternal, man. Salute my guy, the Kevin Nash and Mount Shillmore, our guy Spivey. We appreciate you, brother. We're going to talk a little bit, you guys, about the draft. We're going to talk about free agency. We still got a lot to go. And I didn't realize, thank you for doing that read real quick, Wasted, because I have to get one off because I didn't finish my read. I missed 125. So this is what we're going to do before I get to Can't Get Right. Salute to our proud sponsors over at BetUS. This live stream is powered by BetUS. Make sure to head over there and get 150% bonus on your first deposit, 125% on your next 2 deposits while using promo code YouTube150. The fastest payouts in the industry, up to $2,000. You do not want to miss out on this deal. For all my bettors, there ain't nobody better than BetUS. Make sure to head over there and tell them that Graphk Raider and Wasted Talent sent you. Boom. I forgot the 125% part. Salute to Can't Get Right.
Because we're going to use them all.
There you go. Salute to Can't Get Right. Gifting 10 OLV Raiders Network membership. Salute to my dog and one of the mob fathers himself over here as well. I appreciate you, man. Green Dot gang heavy in here, man. If you guys want to become a Green Dot member, hit the link. It's pinned up top on both channels. Salute to UA Mail. I'm sick of the narrative. Don't get this guy or that guy because we don't have a good OC. Makes no sense. We have to find an OC anyways. Well, the thing is this. We need to find our OC first before we keep saying that this guy will be a perfect fit and this guy will be a perfect fit and this guy will be a perfect fit. How the hell are we going to know who the hell the perfect fit is when we don't even know what the fucking fit is?
Let's get a head coach first. And let's get a head coach who's a play caller. And then we go from there. Like to be honest with you, that's the most important. Before the quarterback, the most important thing we need to do is establish who the hell is going to be the person who's going to lead us into the future.
Yeah, facts. Salute to Chance. Damn, no more Band-Aids. We are entering an eternal trust the process phase like the 76ers that started 15 years ago. Can we just get a head coach and a quarterback who are gamers and have some balls to win? Salute to my guy, Chance, man. I definitely agree with you, man. I was watching the Detroit Lions game last night against the Niners. Even with all those injuries, Chance, it's just insane to watch how that offense can overcome. The defense does just enough to get the ball back in the offense's hands. You know what I mean? But they putting up 40-plus points. Man, this is fun football to watch, Wasted. I haven't enjoyed watching our team in a while, man. That's what football's supposed to look like, man. An offense that's good enough to overcome,
a point deficit.
Yeah.
I love it, man. I love it.
Salute to Damager. Will Campbell would be perfect at right tackle, but the left-handed quarterback like Gabriel, potentially trade Colton and try Glaze at left tackle. I'm not going to move Glaze. I'd keep Glaze.
I like Glaze where he's at.
Yeah, I definitely would. But I hear you, brother. I know you're trying to make that fit with Gabriel right there. I totally understand. Salute to Damager. Salute to Intel with a bizom. My God, we appreciate you, brother. As always, salute to our brothers. Salute, fellas, and salute to BetUS.
The great and powerful Intel. Appreciate it. Thank you, sweetheart.
You're welcome.
Yeah,
thank you,
Intel. I appreciate you as always, bro. Can't Intel's been one of the GOATs over here at Shieldmore for many moons, and he just pops in, drops a bomb here and there, and gets the fuck out. Salute.
And you know what the thing is too, bro? A lot of guys don't understand, bro, how integral, the guys like this are. You know what I'm saying? Like people who come and always have supported us everywhere we've gone, man. It's going to make these shows in this channel. I'm telling you, I'm going to put it out there. I don't normally talk my shit in public, right? But, the support that you guys have given us, man, is going to take this platform somewhere where you guys never expected. And that's all I'm going to say.
Yep, facts. And it's already on the way to doing so. But it's stuff like that allows us to do this for a living and allows us to use our time to keep building our platform. So salute to Intel and salute to everybody else. Can't get right. Once again, gifting 10 more. I just 5 back-to-back. Can't get right, bro. I appreciate you. Happy New Year's, my brother. Real talk. Salute to Silver and Facts. McMillan is Mike Evans light, but can be developed. Hey, man, I look, one thing you can't teach is what? Wasted.
Height. Can't teach. You can't teach any of the measurables. And I'm going to be quite honest with you. You say Mike Evans light. He's actually faster than Mike Evans.
Hey,
so that's frightening.
But I would take a Mike Evans light all day, every day. If you can get anything even close to Mike Evans at this point and pair him with Jacoby and Brock Bowers and Trey, I mean, come on, man. That's
would be HOF right there, baby.
Yeah, facts. Salute to Silver and Facts. Heat check, my dog. Take this how it is, but another Raider YouTuber said he had someone in the Raiders tell him Marvin Lewis is a top candidate to be a head coach next season. Don't shoot the messenger, please. Whoever's telling you that is fucking bullshitting, bro. I don't know. I don't even know who it is, but I'll just say this. Even if they're friends of the show or not, that is ultimate bullshit.
That is beyond bullshit.
He couldn't help AP get 5 or 6. He couldn't help AP get 6 wins. How was he going to be a head coach?
Bro, he couldn't even keep a job at a middling college. The F up out of here with that. Boom.
Salute to Spivey, man. Gifting 5 Raider Nation Limited featuring Wasted Talent memberships. My dog Spivey, man. As always, bro. We appreciate you so much. Once again, if you guys missed out on those, hit the link in Wasted's description to become Get Off My Lawn Gang as well. Salute to Spivey. Salute to 2-4. As always, y'all are fucking the best, man. For real. You guys are absolutely insane, man. Thank you guys so much. We understand as well. Christmas, the holidays just went through. Everybody's been, paying and all kind of shit. This just speaks volumes of who you guys are, man. 2-4, my brother. Appreciate you as always. Damager, we've tried it and we've almost lost our channels.
Yeah.
Because some people, Damager, don't know how to act. They'll come on here and they'll say some wild shit and we'll get a strike on YouTube or something. And for someone like myself that does this for a living, I can't afford to bring somebody on here that could potentially say some wild shit and make me lose the only thing that takes care of my family. You know what I mean? So, but maybe if we do some members only lives though, we can do some members only, bring a few people on.
Yeah, that's really something that right now, I have a goal set in my chat now to do a members only live, right? But the thing is, that's got to be carefully curated, right? There's certain members that are guys that we lean on, guys like Hug D's, people like that we have a certain relationship. And then it goes from there. DeMarcus Webb, guys like that.
Yeah.
Those are guys that I want to bring on the screen, and you know what I mean. Rudy, guys like that.
Yeah, definitely. But you know what though? I love that you brought that up, and we can definitely take a look at this again. And like Brett said, he says screen the clients. So we'll definitely take a look at that. The offseason is here, you guys. So there's going to be a lot of moving and shaking in terms of the content. Salute to Mondo as well. Salute to the 1,100 people in the building. Y'all wipe them feet, hit them thumbs up, break them thumbs like Hammer says. What's the other one? Light the thumb like Big Mike and pay your bar tab.
Yeah, he's like the thumb, hit the sub.
Yeah. Hey, I'm going to be real, bro. He is cooking right now. They're up 21-7. They're about to score here again. Football here.
He's not coming out though, bro.
Who? Yes, he is.
No Smart's coming out.
Yeah, I thought he declared.
Did he declare, bro? I'm getting some of these guys. Wait, so you sure he's coming out?
I'm not positive. Let me look that up real quick. Let me see.
No, I don't think he is, Graphk. He's going back, bro.
I'm gonna see.
Yeah, I think he's going back. The kid from Ohio State though is a guy that I would take a flyer on in the second round.
Okay, where does LSU's quarterback room rank? Okay, blah blah blah. There's nothing saying anything. Draft.
I don't think Nuss is leaving, Graphk. I don't. I'm gonna text my man Chad because he's connected to the I'm gonna text Chad because Chad is connected to LSU's program.
Yeah,
I'm gonna ask him now. Nussmeier's going back though, Graphk. That's everything I heard, man.
Right now, a month ago, Garrett is rising up draft boards. He's predicted to replace an overpaid 160 mil. Okay, so I don't know. I got to look that up.
See, this is the thing with these guys, man. Like they can go and figure it out and work on whatever it is that they need to work on because of NIL. Like NIL makes it to where they don't have to run out of here. These guys can go back to school and make $4 or $5 million. They can make damn near rookie wage just going back to college, bro.
He's going back to LSU. I just found it.
Yeah, but bro, like him, Drew Allard, guys are going back.
That's crazy, bro. The quarterback class is getting thinner and thinner by the day.
Yeah, but you know what? The thing is, next year is going to be one of those drafts that are going to be featured and highlighted because you got all of these guys that are juniors that are right at the precipice of being top picks. They're going to go back and have a whole nother year to cook, and they're going to be better prospects. And then next year, you have a junior in Arch Manning who could possibly come out for the first time. You don't know whether he's going to. So, man, next year is going to be lit from the quarterback perspective.
I'll tell you right now, this kid is absolutely cooking right now, 28-7. And he was a guy that we talked about a few months ago that if he did declare that he'd be a guy that because of the measurables and what he can do with his arm, like this would have been a guy rising up draft boards for sure. Probably would have ended up being a first-round guy for sure.
Yeah, so, I mean, look, the thing is now you're in a holding pattern now because you got guys like, okay, you got the Shadors, you got the Gabriels, you got the Cam Wards, right? You got those three guys, right? Mm-hmm. But then you have some guys that, like the kid from Ohio State. Yeah. He's a guy that, that's a wild card right there. Will Howard is a wild card.
Will Howard is, and I'm starting to see a lot more people mentioning him and becoming more aware of who he is. It's going to be interesting to see what he does against Oregon. If he can somehow, some way pull out a big dub over Oregon, bro, you're going to hear his name and his stock go up a lot before the draft.
Well, look, when he was at Kansas State, man, I remember him. I'm like, man, it's a big kid, 6'4", can move a little bit, 235. That Pennsylvania quarterback, that Western Pennsylvania quarterback. To me, this has Tommy T written all over it. This has Tommy T written all over it. This is a guy that right now has a second round grade on him. He might move up draft boards as the Underwear Olympics get closer and closer. He's 11-2 as a starter at Ohio State. He made his bones at Kansas State University, and he also was effective over there. He didn't really do as well as he's done at Ohio State there, and that's the thing, man. Like the tape, he's never thrown. Like this is the first time it's the first time he's really lit it up.
Hey, I'm telling you right now, man, the kid out of Syracuse is gonna cook though. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah, I like that kid too, man.
Nice, man. But yeah, Will Howard, he's an interesting prospect going into the draft. Salute to Brandon, our guy, man, our resident the Jersey King right here, gifting 5 OLV Raiders Network memberships. Salute to my brother, man. I appreciate you. Happy holidays, brother. Salute to Cold Coffee. Are the Raiders still in play? Nah, it's too late for all that.
Nah, yeah, we done. We done with that. And I think it's a good thing, man. And I know, look, I don't want to be a prisoner of the moment, but I think the safest thing for the Raiders to do is to just do best player available, man. Yeah. Because, look, when you start looking at and the Shador idea was great because he wanted to be here. We get caught up in the moment. But if I'm being honest, we can't afford to draft a guy that high that does not play well. Yeah. We really can't afford it, man. And I want us to worry about getting a quarterback. I do. I want us to draft a quarterback in the first round. But this year is just looking like it's not the year to do that.
And imagine what we can keep doing, you guys, if we find talents like Brock Bowers in the first round, even if we're not locating a quarterback. What you do is you stockpile talent. You know, the thing that Detroit, they weren't great right away, right? We 3-13, and they slowly, gradually became the team they are because they drafted so well. Jahmyr Gibbs and, you know what I mean, and J-Mo, and I mean, the list goes on, you know, Sewell, and I mean, they have so much talent there, but it took them some time compiling all that talent and putting it together. You know what I mean? At this point, we got to be realistic here. You know, we're beating the pavement for Shedeur or Cam Ward, but it's looking more realistic that those guys may not be options. And at this point, you have to take the best player available, stockpile as much talent as you can, and go out there. And I trust Tom Telesco and Tom Brady, regardless if it's free agency, if it's through a trade. I want to see what these guys can pull off this offseason in free agency or in the trade market in terms of bringing in a quarterback.
Yeah,
you know,
I do too, because Graphk, the thing for me is that
can't get right.
For us to get what we need to be to get one of those two guys, we'd have to give up draft capital, and I don't think those two guys are worth it for me to try to move up and get.
Yeah, because they're major question marks.
Yeah, they're not slam dunks. Now, if we're in a position and they're there and it's time to pick,
look,
and you have to value. I have no problem with it. You got to value.
I agree with you. Shedeur and Cam have been on my radar because they were realistic guys there that were going to be there at the 1 or 2 spot. I'm not trading 3 1s to go up to get Shedeur. I'm not doing it, because once again, do I think he's the most NFL ready in this draft class? Definitely, I do. But what does that say? Because this class is pretty thin now. You know what I mean? So we don't know. We don't know who he's going to be at the next level. I believe he's going to be a star, but I could be totally wrong.
I believe Shedeur Sanders will be a star in the right situation. And look, that's not landing on Plymouth Rock or anything. Everybody has to go to the right situation. But I think there's certain guys who have the kind of talent to where, like, I'll give you an example, like Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck is a guy that you can put him
anywhere. He's going to ball.
You could have put him anywhere. You could put him on the moon, and that guy's going to elevate your franchise. He's going to take the franchise and drag it along with him.
Peyton Manning, Lamar Jackson.
Peyton Manning. I don't see that from Shedeur. I see Shedeur, if he goes to the right situation, he will be a superstar. Yeah. But if he doesn't go to the right situation, and say, for instance, you put Shedeur in New York City, and then the media gets on his ass, and then he's getting hit all the time. That can careen to a place that you don't want. I think the Raiders was really a really great spot for Shedeur Sanders, really.
But you know what? It's still very realistic, Wasted. I'm telling you now, I will not be shocked if I see him drop down the board come draft time. I'm telling you.
I wouldn't either, bro, because you have a team at number 1 who is, and that's if everything stays chalk, right? Yeah. You have a team at number 1 that is been known to trade down. The New England Patriots have been known to trade down. They have a lot of holes, and they've located their quarterback.
Yep.
Right? So they might not value Travis Hunter the same way everyone else does.
And not even that. They need some O-line. Even if, like, I don't think that they're taking Will Campbell at 1. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, draft, they can trade back and pick up a bunch.
Will Campbell's not I don't think he's the highest rated tackle in this draft.
Well, I'm just saying I don't see them taking one of these linemen there at number 1. I see
no. It's not like they're drafting Jonathan Ogden and Tony Vaselli, right? So I could see them saying, "Hey, listen, we already addressed the corner. We drafted Christian Gonzalez. He's looking like a stud. Mm-hmm. He's phenomenal. We drafted our quarterback. We got to protect the kid. We value that over drafting a corner. They're in play. The Browns are in a situation where even though they restructured Deshaun Watson's deal, they probably financially can't afford to go out there and put some kid on the back burner.
Yeah,
they can't afford to, especially with Myles Garrett. You know, there's a lot of moving parts there, right? Now Tennessee will be in play, but then you have a situation where, you know, Deion Sanders might say, "I don't want my son going to Tennessee."
Yeah,
and then now we're in business now.
Yeah. Salute to Can't Get Right gifting 20 Raider Nation Unlimited Wasted Talent memberships. The GOAT, one of the GOATs.
The GOAT.
My motherfucking brother, man. Salute to Can't Get Right. Salute to all the new Green Dot gang and the new Get Off My Lawn gang. We appreciate you guys so much. Salute to Tony once again with the $20 holla, man. This offseason will show us if we're moving forward or still stuck in the past. We have to get it right. I think Shedeur will drop to us. Just my thoughts. We need the quarterback 1. And that's crazy, Tony. We're literally talking about the same thing. I do believe that he will drop. I think that, you know, his thing as a businessman is to sell his stock high. I want to be number one. I want to be number one. I want to be number one. And he should do that. But I do believe he will drop, not only because of that performance against BYU, but there may be some teams that say, hey, we see some red flags. Some teams evaluate talent differently, man. I just think that the Raiders will be the one team ready to take him if he's there when we're drafting. Tom Brady, knowing him, knowing Dion, Mark, and the relationship he has with the Sanders family, I just believe it's a perfect fit. And if he's there, we're taking him. Salute to Tony.
And to be honest with you, the Tom Brady caveat is a very interesting caveat to discuss because, it was reported, and we haven't been on in a while together. No, we have, but we haven't talked about this.
Yeah.
And Tom Brady is going to be in position to be put over the GM. Mark Davis, if the reports that we hear coming out are true, Tom Brady will probably be the straw that stirs the drink with us.
Oh, yeah, you know Mark. You know how he is. That's definitely going to be what it is.
Yeah, so now the Shedeur thing is a real possibility because they have a really great relationship, right? I think a situation like that is a great situation for Shedeur Sanders. I don't want to see Shedeur go in a situation like New York because I know how the New York media is, man. And there's a reason why. If you look at the history of New York in the Super Bowl era, there's been only shit, man. There's only been 4 guys that have been successful in New York.
Yeah.
If I'm, you got Joe Willie, Phil Simms, Eli. And Haas had 1 year of success.
Oh, Haas in there? Yeah.
Haas won a ring, but Haas wasn't. He only played a couple of games. Phil Simms went down in the playoffs. Yeah. So really, you could probably say 3.
Haas is still a hero up there, bro. He's a hero up there.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
He won one.
Yeah, Haas won one, right? But that's Phil Simms' ring. Like, let's be for real. That's
he's a Raider, man. Haas did that shit, man.
Yeah. O.J. Anderson did that shit. Bro, they kept the ball for a half an hour in that Super Bowl.
Yeah, facts.
They kept the ball for it was like 3rd and 22, and OJ ran the ball with the meat hook. There haven't been a lot of guys that have been successful in New York, and that's my point.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, man, it's a reason for that because the media won't even allow you to. If you look at how many guys are around this league right now that were in New York that are in places where they're either kind of successful or they're playing really well right now. And I'm telling you, it has to do with the damn media, man. It has everything to do with that.
Salute can't get right. Whoa. My guy, salute the coach. It's looking like next season will be another bad season with the intent on 2026 making a big leap, especially with quarterbacks. Seems like AP might be back. I think, Coach, you're jumping to conclusions here, brother. I do. I don't think that they're gonna decide to shit the bed here and do another Gardner Minshew, Jimmy G type situation. I don't see it. I just have this nagging suspicion that there's going to be someone out there that we're maybe not talking about enough, where they're going to make some calls, make some moves, and we're going to have our quarterback. I don't know who that is, and I do believe we're still going to get like like the kid, Kyle out of Syracuse, bring him in and develop him. Kyle, yeah, because like he's one of them ones. Like I don't know, man, Coach. I'm not. First and foremost, the offseason ain't even here yet. So I'm not going to jump the gun and say, next season's already going to be an L. We don't know what this thing's going to look like. What if they found a way to go get Genty? They got Trey Smith, the guard from Kansas City. We found a way to get, even though Sam Darnold, I think, is going to be a Minnesota Viking for a long time.
They're probably going to franchise him. It's nothing but right. He'll get like probably damn near $60 million to be franchised, right?
Yeah.
He could sit there and the Vikings can allow J.J. McCarthy to get healthy, let him watch. And when J.J.'s ready, then Sammy will probably leave. And then you could see and then you could see whether it was an anomaly or not.
Watching Sam Darnold the other day, man, that system, it's just unbelievable the things that they're doing in Minnesota right now. Like that offense is really, really fun to watch. I know they built that O-line up. They got Aaron Jones out there running hard. They got 2 great options at Jordan Addison and
the best wide receiver in football.
Yeah, I not named Jamar Chase. I agree with you, but
Jets is the best, man.
Jamar has every record right now. He's going to have a triple crown this. He has the most receptions, most yards, most touchdowns.
Yeah, but Jets, man, Jets is different, bro. They both different. I like both of them. There's no wrong answer there. Let's just be honest. Like it's like Sterling Sharp and Jerry Rice in their prime.
Yeah. I guess. I'm old enough to know. I remember that. I was there. So yes,
it was like that. You know what I mean? So there's no. I don't want to go. But I'm just saying, like, if you say Jamar Chase the best receiver in football, you're also right.
I want to ask your opinion real quick before I read these supers. And once again, salute to everybody here in the building. What was your take on this? Because T. Higgins came out with an interesting tidbit. He was speaking to, was it ABC? CBS. He was talking to CBS. And they asked him about his impending free agency, right? And everyone knows he had a big year this year. Even missing 5 games, this guy has had phenomenal numbers, over 800 yards in the year. I believe he has like 10 touchdowns this year, missing 5 games. So he almost has 1,000 yards missing 5 games. But he had an interesting thing to say. I'm playing with, if not the best, one of the best quarterbacks, Higgins said. I'm playing with, if not the best, one of the best wide receivers. That opens up things for me. In this offense, everyone has a chance to be spotlighted, okay? This is after coming off the eve of 11 receptions for 131 yards and 3 touchdowns in that win against the Denver Broncos. But he also went on to say that he's not necessarily looking to be the number 1 receiver and top paid guy free agency. Do you take this as him kind of, once again, he did sign a new agent, which is Jamar Chase's agent. Jamar Chase needs to be paid as well. Do you think this is a situation where he'll take 1B money to remain in Cincinnati with Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow?
I think that's pretty much what he said in layman's. I would almost bet you that this stream is powered by BetUS as well. 150% bonus on your first deposit. Get 125%.
But 125% on your next 2 deposits.
Yeah, up to $2,000 using code.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Wait, hold on. Is it 150?
150.
YouTube 150, right? I'm sorry.
Yeah. Fastest payouts in the industry.
That too.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick before I get back to that, isn't this stream powered by BetUS?
Oh, it is. It's definitely streamed by BetUS.
But Graphk, I digress. I think the T. Higgins.
Our sponsors are at BetUS.
Yeah. Thank you. This is the thing though. Like with T. Higgins, he's smart enough to know. He's smart enough to know what he's playing with. This guy threw for 40 touchdowns. This guy's cooking. A lot of people, they say Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen and this one and that one. Listen, man, to me, if I could pick any quarterback in this league, I'd pick Joe Burrow.
Oh, me too.
I like Joe Burrow. I've always said that. I like Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow to me is the best quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah. To me, that guy, and I know he has a lot of weapons. And I think that some of these guys see that the grass isn't always greener. And I think Devontae Adams is a cautionary tale.
Yeah.
Of trying to fight your way out of a good situation.
Yeah.
He's a cautionary tale. I think these young guys are seeing that. You see a lot of people.
Tyreek Hill did the same thing.
Yeah. Tyreek Hill did. These 2 guys are a cautionary tale. These younger receivers are sitting there and they're probably behind the scenes talking. And these older receivers are telling them, hey, man, if you got that 1A quarterback, don't go looking for the grass being greener somewhere else, brother. These guys are cooking. Even Stephon Diggs. Yep. Even Stephon Diggs, because he forced his way out of Buffalo, and my man is having an MVP level season without his ass.
Yep. Facts.
I'm telling you right now, I personally feel like a lot of these guys are not going to play this whole diva card because it doesn't suit them, because they always wind up the worst for wear trying to be an asshole.
And you know what? The new era wide receivers, the JJs, the Jamar Chases, the T. Higgins, they're kind of handling this shit a little bit more carefully than, the elder statesmen, the Stephon Diggs, the Devontaes. These guys know that their careers are almost up. They're on borrowed time at this point. And, they want their money, but they also want to win as well. And it's like, that doesn't match up. Tyreek, you can't leave Kansas City and expect to just go out there and run it back the same way that you were doing in Miami with 2 at the quarterback position. Devontae, I don't even know what the fuck you thought you were doing going to Vegas with Derek Carr at quarterback, and then even going back to a 40-year-old Aaron Rodgers. It's like, dude, like you got to be able to read a room here, my guy. You know what I mean? But no, I agree with you, man. I think T. Higgins may take a hometown discount to stick around. You know what I mean? He may. And then that pool in free agency, the wide receiver pool got a lot more shallower, bro. A lot more. And then we have to go locate one of those guys in the draft. And I think that 3rd round pick that we get from Devontae's trade, we have to use that to potentially get a Trey Harris or one of those guys. You know what I mean? the young kid out of UNLV or
Luther Burden or one of those guys.
Luther Burden be a top 10 pick though potentially, but
he's too damn small though, man. He's like 5. Was he like 5'11" or some shit?
He'll be one of the first wide receivers off the board. I think Ricky will be available there in the third round. You could potentially take a flyer on one of those type of guys. Salute to Grim. Let's get. Okay, my guy spelled this shit crazy. Grab GT and Jackson Dart with the first 2 picks. Raiders never made it to the playoffs with no run game, and we definitely need some ground game, bro. But I'll tell you right now, Grim, you really don't have to get a Ashton Genty with a top 10 pick. You can go get a Marion Hampton. You can go get an RJ Harvey. This is a deep running back class. I'm telling you,
the deepest running back class in the last 15 years. The last 15 years, I will say that. I will confidently say that, dude.
Hot take, wasted. Okay,
it is, and I'm telling you right now, organizations are seeing the value of the running back this year. But the thing about drafting a running back in the top 10 and or going out and grabbing one in free agency, one of those blue chip kind of guys, the Saquon Barkley's, the Derrick Henry kind of guys.
Yeah,
everything else has to be in place for you to do that.
Yes.
Like if we were a team where we located the quarterback and we had a wide receiver and our line was pretty decent and we can kind of add in the 3rd or 4th round, then if that running back was the cherry on top of the sundae, you go and you get him in the 1st round. Yeah. Right. But in a situation that we're in, it'll be a self-fulfilling prophecy. He'll come here and do okay. We're a bad team right now, right? And then when it's time to pay the guy, because you didn't do what you needed to do and you went out and got a luxury item instead of paying your bills, now you got to sell that luxury item.
And the thing is this. You essentially want to draft a guy that you want to pay a second deal, potentially a third deal. And right now the running back market is scarce. It's like they get out of the rookie deal, you let them walk. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't think that's going to happen if the guy's a superstar. But the problem is if you don't draft well now, right? If you take that running back and say, for instance, he shows his ass, right? He runs 15, 1,600 yards every year, but you didn't draft around that. And that guy is kind of like Saquon Barkley in a bad team being excellent. You're not going to be able to keep him. That's the problem. You're not going to be. So like that was the point. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. You can have him on your roster. But the thing is that if he's on a mediocre football team, he'll be excellent. And then the rest of the team isn't growing. When you pass on the likes of like Campbell or somebody like that, it's better to draft inside out because it helps more people.
Yes.
The running back is a great position and it helps the team, but it primarily helps the quarterback.
But you can also find a star at that position in the 2nd or 3rd round. Once again,
RJ Harvey and guys like that.
Like I said, Hampton, man, of North Carolina is my guy. I would love him or Cam Scatterbull. But I love what our brother, man, Sanjit said in terms of RJ Harvey. I was looking at some tape this morning, and he put up a video and said he sees a lot of Nick Chubb and Josh Jacobs in the way he runs. Look, man, that would be an interesting.
Who
you've been high on RJ Harvey since day one.
I told you, RJ Harvey, and listen, I like Ollie too, bro.
Oh yeah. Ollie Gordon, he had a down season, but no, you're right. He's still talented for sure.
Ollie Gordon reminds me, and I know you're gonna laugh, bro, but he reminds me of the kid that was down there with the Texans all those years, man. I forget. Arian Foster. He's a big 6'2" running back. Big guy, man, that can catch the football. He reminds me a lot of Arian Foster, man.
Okay. And if you can get anything close to Arian Foster, you're on to something. Salute to Coop. One, thank the fans. Can't get their hopes in that we're going to trade up. It's unfortunate, but we still may be waiting on our guy, 3rd round flyer. Salute to Jay. Yeah, I mean, I'm not expecting Tom Telesco. That's not his MO, you guys, to trade up. But the thing is this. We have another Tom in the building. So we don't know what this thing is going to look like with Tom Brady in the fold. If I was a betting man, there's no Brady in the building. Tom Telesco's not trading up at all. He's not. He's going to sit. He's going to stand pat. If anything, he'll trade back, pick up some extra draft capital, and build this thing the right way. But with Brady in the building, there may be more pressure to win now. You know what I mean? There may be more pressure to say, no, we need to get our guy now. This is the guy. So it's going to be interesting. I'm telling you now, Wason, I said this on the show the other day. If we trade up, we know who's in control. It's not Tom Telesco. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah.
Period.
Well, bro, this is the funny thing too. For me, I look at it like this, man. Like whomever's in control, just make sure that everybody's on the same page.
Yeah.
What I don't want at the top of the organization is another power struggle. And I feel like that's the thing that's held the Raiders back for the last 10 years. Because even when you got guys that are evenly yoked and they were brought in at the same time, you had a situation where they're disagreeing and then it kind of tears everything to shreds. And everybody's kind of looking to kind of not shutter some of the blame at the end of it all. I just want to make sure, man, especially being that now you got an owner who's kind of a guy that's not going to get moved because he can't get moved, right? He's an owner, right? I feel like, to me, you can get more of a consistency there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a little different, you know?
Real quick, I want to ask your opinion on this because, a well-respected reporter had some interesting words to say about our head coach, Antonio Pierce, and the job security that he has right now. Albert Breer over at Sports Illustrated. He said the Las Vegas Raiders coach, Antonio Pierce's status has been up over a month. The team has continued to play hard for him. The roster has gotten younger. The young guys have developed. And going to Scott Turner as the OC has mostly worked. They won Sunday. That said, with the expectation that the football people will be under a mandate to find a long-term quarterback this offseason, change is absolutely in play, if not likely. Okay. Now, this is Albert Breer talking about the situation with our head coach. There's another guy that's being, directed to our Raiders every which way, and that's Mike Vrabel, a guy that in the NFL was 54-45, a pair of division titles, 3 total postseason appearances, went to an AFC championship game in 2019, eventually fall into the Super Bowl, in the Super Bowl, or eventually fall into the Super Bowl champs, the Chiefs, Patrick, Mahomes and company. What do you have to, what's your opinion and your take on this situation with him saying this? Because there's been so many conflicting reports, of AP getting another year. And then now it's, no, he's pretty much out of here. And then the Vrabel talk. And I mean, there's so much bullshit going on right now, but Albert Breer is a guy that I've watched him put out some articles, and he's pretty big. He's been pretty spot on. You know what I'm saying? But what is your take on this whole situation?
I believe it sounds really plausible. I feel like people try to sit up here and make Antonio Pierce this victim. And I think anybody that is close to the situation understands that he's not a victim. He's a guy who really got a lottery ticket to be the head coach. There's no metric into where he would get hired by any other of the other 32 teams, right? Then the things that he's solely responsible for, he's done badly.
Yeah.
He's done badly. And I think, and I know that this guy's not a coach. He's just a player. But I think that the mentality in the building has been curated by Max.
Yeah.
I really do, man. I like these players, and that mentality has been curated by Max Crosby, bro. I'm not saying totally did not give AP any credit, but man, like, you got a bunch of rookies, you got a bunch of guys who are fringe players in the National Football League. Of course, they're going to play their ass off. They know that if they get cut from the Raiders, they might not get picked up anywhere else. Like let's be for real here, bro. So to me, at the end of the day, if I got a Tom Brady who did not hire this guy, if I got a Tom Telesco who did not hire this guy, and Tom Telesco's job is on the line, and he's going to bring in a new quarterback and all these different things, AP hasn't shown or exhibited the fact that he can positively affect change when it comes to a young quarterback that's careening off the cliff. And I just hate how people try to act like he had no part in picking the quarterback. He had no part in picking the offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
He had no part in the whole Aiden O'Connell starting yay or nay. Yeah. And the thing about it is, if you're the head coach and you felt that strongly about it and you didn't fucking put your foot down and say, no, this is who I'm starting. I'm the head coach. Am I the head coach or not? If you don't have the intestinal fortitude to do that, I don't want you as my head coach. I'm sorry.
I love it. I agree with you. Salute to Spivey. BPA is best every round. Falling in love with specific players is what led to all of Gruden's fuck-ups. Plus, be real, this is a weak QB class. Agree with you, my brother Spivey. Salute to my dog on the $5 special. Go BPA at this point. If Shador and Cam are not the options there at the top of the draft. Salute to our guy Edgar. Did you hear the BYU defensive end Batty tell Raiders scout that he will be a good pair with Max before the Colorado game? What do you think about him? This is a guy that has 16.5 sacks in his career. He's never had over 5.5. This year, he only has a sack and a half. He has 2 passes defensed. This is a guy, a little salt and salt wasted, 2 white edge rushers. You know what I'm saying? But look, if you can find him in the later rounds and develop him, why not? I love Rob Leonard. I love our defensive lineman coach. I think that he would work wonders with that kid. You know what I mean? I don't know where people really have him going in this draft. And is he coming out this year? I mean, yeah, he's already played. Yeah, he's coming out. So I don't know. I don't know where. I want to see where he is, where people think that he's going to be. Let me see. I don't know what the questions are. And I'm looking right now at NFL Buzz. Let me see. He's a senior, so he will be coming out this year. He's probably a mid-round guy.
At best.
Yeah, at best. Probably somewhere in that third to fifth range.
Bro,
at best.
This is not a guy to get excited over.
No.
He's not a guy to get excited over, bro. It's not like we're talking about Abdul Carter here, bro.
No, not at all. But Edgar, I'll say this. I mean, these guys are definitely going to put their bids in and play with one of the better edge rushers in the NFL. You know what I mean? So I understand the thought process of putting that out there into the universe. Who the hell wouldn't want to play with Max Crosby on the defensive line? Because you already know you can be freed up to do all kind of other shit on your side. You know what I mean? So I love that he put that out there if this is what happened. And it's going to be interesting to see, the process with him going into the combine and all this stuff. So we'll talk more about him as the process kind of unfolds. Salute to Jorge. Are you live streaming WWE Raw on Netflix next Monday? Yes. Me and Hammer will be starting our podcast next week, our wrestling podcast. So stay tuned. We'll be doing Raw, SmackDown, and we'll be doing all the pay-per-view events and Saturday Night main events as well. So Jorge, stay tuned, brother. Yes, Hammer just sent me the thumbnail for it for next week. Salute to the 1,300 people rocking with us. Trucker Mark, Black Monday in the NFL is 6 days away. I hope AP is not on it. What do you guys think? Trucker, me personally, if you want to ask my opinion, I hope he is. I hope he is.
And guess what? And I'm going to cut you off, Graphk, but if he's not, I've been having a lot of people say, I'm going to save these tweets and all stuff. Like, bro, listen, listen, we're not snowflakes over here. If they keep AP, I'm going to pray that he does well.
Facts.
I'm going to pray he does well. To me, I just feel like, I am a guy who I deal with logic, right? Logic tells me that this doesn't happen in a vacuum. And if you can't make the small decisions, you're not going to be good at making the big decisions.
Let me say this. I expect him to be gone. And you know why? Because they have not said anything otherwise. They have not committed to him. They have not said anything along the lines of, we believe in AP to be the guy to get this thing, rolling at some point in the near future. They have not. They have not. So if it's not done Monday, I'm a bit more confused about, once again, the direction of where we're going in terms of the coaching staff and all that moving forward, because it'll be a trickle-down effect at that point, right? You move on from AP, Marvin Lewis, Joe Philbin, all these other guys that he brought in, they're out of here, and then you're essentially bringing in a bunch of new guys, to potentially, I think Graham, if anybody, would be the one guy, but he's a free agent anyway. So,
yeah, and I want him going too.
Me too.
I get tired of acting, about him being this great defensive coordinator when you have a situation where his teams go like this.
Yeah.
It's never where he comes in. Like, even a guy like a Wink Martindale. Wink Martindale goes somewhere and things change, right? Yeah. Defensively. It might change for 2-3 years and then it might go back to, but it changes, right? He's not one of these defensive coordinators when he goes into the building, or like how back in the day with Bruce Arians. When Bruce Arians went somewhere, bro, as a coordinator, bro, that offensive side of the ball changed.
You knew what time it was.
You knew it, and you knew that, your quarterback's going to be better when he leaves. That's not what we have with Patrick Graham. I want to seek that kind of greatness here with the Raiders. I'm tired of us grading these guys on a curve, man.
Flores always has a phenomenal defense, even with situations where he's dealing with injuries. He's not a great head coach. He hasn't been, at least up to this point, but he's been a phenomenal defensive coordinator. If he's available, I would love it. But bring in Robert Salah, man. I would love that. Darren, what's funny, man? I love this question because I would have him in that lineup. It'd be Justin Jefferson. It'd be CeeDee Lamb. But then I'd put McMillan there, then go Ayuk, and then I go I'd probably go Judy if Ruggs never got locked up. You know what I'm saying? I think that Ruggs could have been a superstar. So I would go JJ, Lamb, McMillan, Ayuk, Ruggs, and Judy. But if we're just talking about that class before watching them play, that'd be interesting. Where would you place him?
Man, I would place him right smack at like fourth.
Fourth? Okay.
Yeah, I placed him like fourth. You know,
Because
like,
Lamb would have been my number one guy. Lamb would have been my number one.
Yeah, CD Lamb was a beast, and Brandon Ayuk is a beast. You know what I mean? Who? JJ? Who's that?
Justin Jefferson.
Justin Jefferson's him.
Remember, in that draft, he was kind of like an afterthought. Like he wasn't wasn't looked at like Ruggs, Lamb. You know what I'm saying? Like he wasn't
Justin Jefferson. So it's Justin Jefferson, Lamb, Ayuk, and then we'll probably put Ruggs fifth because, and I'm gonna be honest with you, because of the speed, man, he was just a phenomenal talent. And then I put the other kid after that.
Once again, though, remember, McMillan is a big body guy that can go up and get the ball, but he's also he's pretty speedy.
Yeah, I mean, but Ruggs, man, the kind of athlete he was.
Yeah, man.
That kid was a phenomenal athlete, bro.
He could have been one of them ones, bro. He could have been the next Tyreek Hill. Like real talk, he could have been that kind of player.
Yeah, and the thing is, I think he could have been a little better than Tyreek Hill because of his vertical leaping ability. That guy could jump out of the gym, man. He was a phenomenal athlete.
Salute to Damager, man. Balance is key. Too easy to stack the box against run-first teams and running inverted cover 3 or 2 against passing teams. Best ability is unpredictability. Salute to my guy. And Damager, you're watching Detroit do that week in and week out. Week in and week out. Like you just cannot they just do all kind of shit, bro. That's one of the most unpredictable offenses that gets every single player involved. Look, bro, 1 week is Tim Patrick that has 2 touchdowns. Then they find a way to get Allen Robinson involved. You know what I mean? Then it's your St. Brown's going to eat regardless. Jameer Gibbs is going to eat regardless. Then it's J-Mo with a big game.
Yeah.
That offense, then it's, I mean, their tight end is going to – Sam Laporta is going to eat regardless. That's just a fun team to watch. But I agree with you, bro. Best ability is unpredictability in today's football. I agree in terms of the offense and defense. To keep it a buck.
Yeah, man, you got to mix it up, man. I mean, these guys have so much technology. A way to go and look at every snap that you've had over the last 2 years on an iPad. Yeah. It's all of the information that you have nowadays. It's imperative that you're innovative and that you keep people off balance. Yeah.
Salute to Brandon. Let's have Kevin Costner do our draft. Salute to Brandon for real ones know, bro. He was in the war room with the Cleveland Browns. Salute to Grim. I'll tell you, wasted, but we are doing no favor of whoever's at quarterback with no run game. Just a bunch of 3 and outs. Let's secure a running back and quarterback with the first 2 picks and draft BPA. Let's not forget we have a ton of cap space. Well, I'll tell you this, and not everybody's Patrick Mahomes, but I've seen Patrick Mahomes work wonders without a ground game. You know what I'm saying? Like, but everybody's not Patrick Mahomes. So
yeah.
If you have an Aiden O'Connell in the building, you definitely can't be one-dimensional. You have to be able to run the football.
Yeah, you have to put all of the infinity stones around him to be successful. Still, for him to be a guy that will possibly make the playoffs. See, this is the thing, bro. Don't fall in love with good play. Fall in love with excellent, great play. I don't want another quarterback that even if I outfit him with everything he needs, I still don't know whether or not I can win a playoff game.
Yeah.
That's what Aiden O'Connell is. And it's not that I don't like him, I don't appreciate him for what he is. I'm striving for greatness. I know if I give Joe Burrow everything he needs, he's gonna damn near take you to the Super Bowl every year.
Yeah. But it's funny. We don't have a lot of great moments, and I understand why people fall in love with those key moments, like the Trey Tucker touchdown in the back of the end zone. That was a phenomenal throw by Aiden O'Connell. I understand you guys. We just cannot be prisoners of the moment moving forward anymore. We can't be these guys that see Aiden has a big game, and then we think that he is the guy and forget about the other games where he didn't look that good. You know what I mean? we need consistency at the quarterback position. Our line, go ahead, brother.
No, I didn't mean to cut you off, bro.
Go ahead.
But it's the ignorance of low expectations, bro. Yeah. I get tired of the low expectations, bro. You guys put higher expectations on the fans than you do the organization and the metric you hold for these players. You guys want us to act like we're married to players. Right? You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy, bro. It's like, dude, like if you criticize a player, we get deep fried more than a player kind of being shitty 80% of the time. It's crazy.
And it's funny. I see a lot of people talking about Renfro in the chat. You know what's crazy? I put a tweet out there the other day. I wish we could have seen prime Hunter Renfro and Brock Bowers in the same football field. That would have been fun to watch, bro. Prime Hunter Renfrow, Pro Bowl year, prime, Hunter Renfrow with Brock out there. Even though he's cooked, I think he's done. I think he'll eventually, like in the next year, probably retire from the game because of those head injuries. But it would have been fun to watch him with Brock out there. That'd have been fun. Salute to Teasy, man. 21 years old and never seen a good team. Looks like it's going to take even more years, if that. Love both you guys. Happy New Year's, man. Raider Teasy, hey, appreciate you, brother. Hey, take it from us, man. We've been Raider fans twice the years that you've been alive, and we've pretty much been on the same accord as you, brother. So trust me. But we're just hoping that it gets better here very, very soon. Teasy, we appreciate you. Happy New Year's, brother. Salute to L11 once again on a $5 special. In the last 5 Super Bowls, 10 head coaches were offensive-minded, and 9 ran the West Coast offense. I'm not saying getting the offensive-minded head coach, but it's a great formula to follow. Talk that shit, L11. Talk.
Yo, the numbers are right there. The proof's in the pudding, bro.
Yeah.
I just hate for us having to overcome things that are like anomalies.
Yeah.
Like, what are the odds that a coach that has never been a head coach and been successful on any level as a head coach is going to not only beat and overcome 3 guys who are probably going to the fucking Hall of Fame?
Yeah.
What are the odds of that, right? And then what are the odds of your team winning with, this is not conjecture, the worst quarterback in your division, hands down?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, you got to change that shit, bro. You're not, like, bro, you're relegating yourself to second-class citizenship when you go into every season like this. You cannot have that shit.
Yep. And to be honest with you, man, it's just so slim. The options are slim out there right now. Wasted, like, it's going to be interesting to see what they can cook up, because even once again, this class has gotten thinner with guys not declaring. Sam Darnold's probably going to remain a Viking. There's just, man, this could get ugly in the offseason, man, if we don't get creative here and locate a quarterback. Salute to Mick Raider, my guy, MC Raider 5150. My son, number 2 at BYU, was not impressed with McMillan. He expected him to be faster with better routes. Salute to my guy. And 5150, I don't know if you know, but I sent over the tape and everything to Paul for him to check out. And he hasn't gotten back to me yet. He's been busy with Keon and a bunch of his new clients, but he'll definitely let me know what he thinks about your son's tape, bro. Salute to 5150. And he was excited to check it out too. So stay tuned. Salute, man, to 10 Commandments. Currently, we have continuity. Why disconnect and relearn? If we stay the course, we have a better chance to be contenders quicker.
No.
Your thoughts? No. I mean, look, bro. Hey, I got a partner right now that I love him dearly, and I would never mention his name. A best friend of mine is homeless right now, living behind Winco. He has continuity too. He wakes up every day behind fucking Winco, and he goes out there and drinks beer and it has nowhere to go. That's continuity.
Like a fucking bridge troll. Get the F out of here. I listen. Only thing that continuity gives you is it relegates you to being consistently shitty.
Yeah.
The F up out of here with that.
Oh, you gotta look at that 10 Commandments in the broad spectrum of things. You know what I'm saying? Continuity is there's so much that goes into that. There's so much in play. Me personally, and you're talking to 2 guys that want to move on from AP, so maybe you're not going to get the answer that some guys may want out of us. We personally, I think continuity starts this offseason by cleaning house and starting fresh and going from there. I think continuity is bringing in a new coaching staff that is proven that can, and Tom Telesco is the one that brings them in. How can you call this continuity, you guys, when Tom Telesco did not get to pick his head coach? That's not continuity to me. Like let that guy bring in his own guy, and then we can formulate or see what works, with Tom Telesco in the building. And now I'm just kind of going off the chart.
That's a fact. It's a fact, bro. I mean,
go ahead, brother.
Nah, man, go ahead, bro. I don't keep beating a dead horse.
Salute to Sholo, man. Ladd and Bowers on Georgia with Ravens OC. Monken was a cheat code. This is facts, bro.
Yeah.
Facts.
Now, Todd Monken, listen, if he wants to come out here and give it a whirl over here, we'll take him. I
would love it, man. He's definitely killing it, but he definitely has a lot of parts out there in Baltimore as well. You know what I mean? But Monken, he's one of them ones. Definitely. I'm going to ask your opinion real quick. We're an hour and 30 in. First and foremost, let's pay Salute to our proud sponsors over at BetUS, you guys. As always, head over there and get 150% bonus on your first deposit, 125% on your next 2 deposits, up to $2,000. Just use promo code U2150. Fastest payouts in the industry.
And tell them Wasted Talent sent you, and Graphk Raider. And I also wanted you guys to know that, do you know that BetUS gives you your own personal account manager? Did you know that BetUS is the most comprehensive sports book going? They have everything from football to basketball, politics, MMA, boxing, snooker. Let me tell you something, man. If you haven't gone over to BetUS, man, you need to get with it or get lost.
Last I checked, Wasted, I could be wrong, but I heard you can go over there and bet to see, like, you can put up in a bet to see what Davante Adams' Taco Bell farts smell like.
You know what? I don't necessarily know if they had action on that, but I thought they had an over and under on whether he sharts after eating it.
That's what it was. That's what. Now, this show is powered by Davante Adams' Taco Bell farts. Salute once again, man, to BetUS, as always. And also, I will be hosting the AFC West Roundtable tonight, you guys. We will not have our guy Kobe Halloween. I will be hosting it myself, coming off of 2 back-to-back wins. This is the first time I get a chance to kind of talk my shit a little bit, even though I'm kind of like,
everybody else in the AFC Roundtable was going to the playoffs, and we're going.
Right? But you guys, if y'all want to join tonight, AFC West Roundtable, I'll put it on Twitter in the community tab and all that good stuff. I will be hosting with my guy Darcy, Ben, and Jake, the usual suspects. If you guys want to pull up on us tonight, let's have some fun. And I get to control the chat and have some fun. I'm gonna pull you guys' chat up today. We're gonna have some fun. You know how we do, right? I know Kobe just I'm pulling up the chat. We're gonna have some fun tonight. So stay tuned. I want your opinion on this before we get out of here, because everyone knows you as non-Gruden. Okay. There are multiple reports out there right now, okay, that several teams are doing extensive homework on John Gruden right now to be a head coach in the NFL next season. So with all the buzz, surrounding Mike Vrabel and, potentially Ben Johnson moving on, from Detroit, maybe going to Chicago. We talked about Brian Flores and all these other options, Pete Carroll, maybe the Jets. John Gruden is throwing his hat in the ring here. I want your opinion. Will he get a job this offseason? He just signed a big deal with Barstool. I know he loves what he's doing over there. But do you think, even with all the flagrant shit that he said in that email, do you think the NFL allows him back this year? And if so, where does he land? Because I don't think that Mark is stupid enough to run that back for the third time.
Yeah, I don't see any metric where you would think that would be a good idea. Just forget all of the email stuff. All of the email, what he said, let's take that and ball it up and throw it in the trash, right? Because to me, that has no bearing on whether you would want to bring him in. I think bringing John Gruden in, you got to look at his resume from how he's been in his last 2 stops, and it's been pretty average. I think at this point in John Gruden's career, it's been widely proven that he is a better television person.
Pretty average is being pretty nice too, Wade. So I love that you did that.
Yeah, but I think at this point shows that he's a better television personality than he is a head coach. I think he should probably stay in the booth. If he's smart, I wouldn't mess my earning potential up. Because now if he goes to another situation and he does the same thing with the Raiders, because he won't have total autonomy. No one's giving him total autonomy. Is he interested in that?
Yeah.
So now you go and you do bad somewhere else. Now you're just a bad football coach.
Yeah.
Now you're Lee Corso.
I can see Cole Coffey, what he's saying with New Orleans, though. I can see that being an interesting team if they, keep DC down there and they want to run that back with him. I can definitely see that being an option. Another team that would be interesting, in which it would be kind of crazy, but who's to say? What if Tampa Bay loses or they don't make the playoffs? Let's just say the Falcons win their division. Do you think they move off from their head coach? And I know they have a great offensive coordinator who may be looking for a head coaching job this year. But do you think they run, Gruden's local guy, won a Super Bowl with him? He lives out there.
Do the same people on the team? Do the Glazers still own the Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
Yeah.
then they're not hiring him. They know what that's like having him there.
Then there you go.
You
But
know,
I think Dallas would be an interesting place.
bro, I think at the maximum, he get a head coaching job in college, and I don't see that happening. You know, like John Gruden is getting up there, and
Yeah.
I think that ship is sailed and that act is sailed. And I think it's the way that you know, especially with all the young, innovative guys that are available.
Yeah.
Why would you go backwards and get a guy who was like a Lex Bubble?
Yeah.
He was cool 20 years ago, man. He the Lex Bubble of coaching, man.
Lex Bubble. Salute to Crash Dog. The Raiders were built on 40 years of greatness, always winning and never under 500. The winningest team in all of sports. The last 25 years define this because it will come back around. Win, lose, or tie. Raider Nation till I die. Crash Dog, my brother. Appreciate you on a $20 special, my guy. Appreciate you. And for those who are asking, there was a lot of people in the chat asking me about this shirt. My mother-in-law just ordered it. She found a website online and sent it to me. Anything Raider related, I'm wearing it. You know what I mean? So I was like, okay, you know, I got some brown kicks. I'm like, you know what? Let me rock it. So
man, that shit look like you're gonna be like a Raider R&B singer with them shit. That shit on you.
Wow, woman, I want.
You be that dance like TLC and shit.
Everybody calls me cheap, right? So I'm cheap. Yeah. Yo, salute once again. Oh, one more. I got one more question for you because people have been asking me.
I do too, man. I do too. Go ahead.
What would it cost? Let's just say we miss out on these top wide receivers. We don't go receiver in the first 3 rounds. What would it cost in your eyes to go get Garrett Wilson from the Jets? Because it's looking like he may ask out if Aaron Rodgers remains the quarterback. That's the rumors and rumblings, right? But he may be just over the whole Jets experience regardless. I think Aaron Rodgers is gone anyways. But what do you think it would cost for a Garrett Wilson in a trade? Because I've been seeing so many mixed bags when it comes to the value of a Garrett Wilson. He's never really had an opportunity to live up to the talent that he has because of the quarterback situation out there with the Jets. He's had a bad situation. This is a guy that should be up there with the Justin Jeffersons, the CeeDee Lambs. He's that talented, Wasted. How much would it cost to go make a move for Garrett Wilson?
What you got to do is you got to look at the scale, right? Because the Jets would probably want a 1 or 2, right? But what you got to do is you got to look at how much it costs to get other wide receivers who are a little more accomplished than him and go under that. So you look at the Devontae Adams deal, you look at, you know, Tyreek Hill. I think Tyreek Hill, that wasn't a trade. That was free agency, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you got to look at all the other wide receivers who have been traded for in the last few years, right? Jerry Jeudy, guys like that. So when you start looking at that, I think it begins and ends. It starts with a second, but you probably wind up with a 3rd round pick.
They traded Tyreek Hill to Miami, I thought.
I can't remember. I'm asking you. I don't remember.
Yeah, they traded him. But
if you start looking at that, it'd probably be a 3rd and a lower pick. I think that's where it begins and ends. I think the Jets will try to push for a 2nd, but it'd probably be 2 picks, a 3rd, and probably a 5th or 6th or something like that.
What if would you give him that Devontae pick back in the 3rd and a 2nd next year? Not this year, but next year.
Next year, no, you know, because it's the 2nd round pick, and if you're bad enough, it's almost like 2 first rounders, right? Yeah. So I'd probably get a 3rd and maybe at the most a 4th in this year's draft and or next year's draft.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because this is a guy who hasn't done much in the National Football League. It's all hopium.
Yeah, not facts. But I would love to have him in the silver and black, man. Can you imagine an offense with him, Brock, and Jacoby is the number 2 guy, bro? That would be a phenomenal team.
Yeah. He would take this offensive unit to the next level because he would do something that Devontae Adams didn't do, right? Yeah. And what Devontae Adams didn't do is he didn't add that element of the home run threat at all times. I think this kid is a home run threat waiting to happen. He's young, and you don't, you know, it would make sense because his timeline lines up with everybody else in the organization. Where Devontae Adams is in a situation where he's getting towards the end of his career. This kid is going up. You know what I mean? And when you have so many young players in the building, the guys like Brock Bowers and stuff like that, it's great to see these early 20-somethings kind of grow together and be a great juggernaut of an offense.
Facts. I want nothing to do with Aaron Rodgers, Omar. I want nothing to do with him. Even if he becomes a free agent or the Jets move him for a late round pick, whatever they can get from, I do not want anything to do with him. He will bring toxicity into the building. I don't want him to even look at this team weird because he feels like they did Devontae weird. There's just too many moving parts. I don't want Aaron Rodgers to be in it with all that young talent. We're a young team. I don't want Aaron in there to potentially go in there and spoil, this team.
Yeah, nobody wants to be held hostage by a guy who, to be real with you, is a legend in his own mind. Like Aaron Rodgers, and I'm not trying to shit on his career. He's a great quarterback, but I've always felt that Aaron Rodgers has gotten way too much consideration over others. They talk about how great he was and what he's done, and he's the best quarterback in the league at a time where Tom Brady was going and winning the Super Bowl all the fucking time. And everyone always said how great he was. Or Peyton Manning going and winning the Super Bowl while you're league MVP.
The thing is this, if he was a leader, and I just told my pops this the other day, and he said, I never thought of it like that. He would have won multiple championships.
He should have won because he has the physical tools. He is a fucking cancer. And he's always been that. He's always been a douchebag. He's always been a guy that when he came into the league, he had to be humbled by older players like Donald Driver.
Yep.
Like he would go, and when Favre was there, he'd be, immature and say certain things. And Donald Driver used to have to tell him to shut the fuck up. Yeah. You're a backup. You always got. We know, Aaron. We know you're smart, Aaron. Like, listen, bro. Nobody needs that, yo. People are willing to put up with a shitty attitude if the play outweighs the shitty attitude. But at this point, he's an old man, and the play doesn't outweigh a shitty attitude. He can get the F on.
S-Dot, I have no answer for you, brother, until the combine. I really don't. I've not dove into what these guys have done previously in their 40s. I can give you a little bit. Once the combine happens, I should be there live in Indianapolis. I know me and Stu will be out there for it, but I don't have anything on these guys. Waste, do you have any information on any of these guys? He said a 4.2 40-yard dash or a low 4.3. Would you guys draft? I don't have that kind of intel right now.
Yeah, and the thing is, it all depends on how big they are. Like I know Luther Burden is a fast guy, he's a small guy, fast guy, but then at the end of the day, he's 5'11". Yeah. Right. And then it's like, well, for you to be 5'11", for me to take you that high, I mean, Tyreek Hill didn't even get taken that high. Right. Yeah. For me to take you that high, man, you got to have Tyreek Hill speed, and you got to have Henry Ruggs vertical, and so it's a lot, man. I'm gonna be honest with you.
S-Dop, put a pin in that one, bro, until the combine happens.
Look, I haven't done a lot of work on these wide receivers. I've been doing my work on the linemen. I've been doing my work on the quarterbacks. I've been doing my work on the linebackers. I will start doing more work on wide receivers, and I'll get you that answer, brother.
There you go. Salute to our brother, man. He always popping in with some fire shit. Salute. I believe we are heading to a situation where J.J. McCarthy is going to be available because Darnold is legit and will be extended. If that happens, Raiders have to be all in. Well, the thing is this, right, Larry? Daniel Jones would be a free agent. They have JJ on a rookie contract. Let's just say they bring in Darnold because of what he did this year. It would be insane for them to move a kid on a rookie deal with the question marks surrounding if Darnold can do this again, right? Like, can he repeat what he did this season? And if he can't, you have a guy that's waiting in the wings in JJ McCarthy that's on a rookie deal. I think it would be very, very crazy for them to move him. Honestly, I think that in this, I know a lot of people, if you have two quarterbacks, you don't have one. No.
They're idiots, bro. I've said this shit a million times, bro. All Sam Darnold is a safety blanket to get to a kid that they felt, in their infinite wisdom, was their guy for the foreseeable future and would have beat Sam Darnold out had he not got hurt. So you guys forget that.
And Darnold's 27 years old, you guys. He's still a young kid, but he's still a young guy. But the way he's balling, I just, there's no reason. And they have money. They got money to spend this offseason. So I don't think that there's really, I think where are they? They have about 40, 50, somewhere along.
Yeah.
Don't quote me on that. But
I mean, bro, and then this is another thing too. And people just like forget, right? If the Raiders were in on JJ McCarthy, he'd be a fucking Raider.
Yeah.
He'd be a Raider. He was right there in striking distance for us. He got taken 10th.
Yeah.
He got taken 10th. The Raiders, if the Raiders wanted to,
Minnesota moved up for him, right?
Yeah, they moved in the 10, right? Yeah. So it's like, bro, come on, man. You got Penix, you got McCarthy, and you have Bo Nix. And if they were all in on any of those guys, they would have had him. I just don't think that the Raiders were all in on JJ McCarthy. Yeah. Like if they wanted him, he'd be a Raider right now. So why now would you turn around and trade a first-round pick for a guy that you weren't willing to move up.
Coming off of a major injury as well.
Yeah, like it doesn't make any sense, bro. And I'm telling you now, the Vikings would like right now, they could sustain having both of these guys in the building right now.
Yeah,
we see what that looks like. Those guys are in the building right now. So why wouldn't they run it back for another year where they have control over Sam Darnold's bird rights?
Wasted. How much did it hurt watching that Michael Penix Jr. and Jaden Daniels game the other night?
It made me want to throw up the other night, man.
Yeah, if I was at home, I probably would do something through the fucking TV, bro. Like it was actually, and mind you, we love Brock Bowers. We're very, very happy that he's a Raider, breaking every fucking record in the world. But watching those two guys play, I was like, you got to be kidding me, man. Like real talk. Salute to Larry DM on a $10 special. What'd you have to say, Wade? You said you had something on the way out.
Oh, I had to tell you that this stream is powered by BetUS again. 150% off, 150% bonus on your first deposit, 125% deposits up to $2,000. Use YouTube code 150, man. That's all I had to say, man. And that's
down to the industry, man. You already know. Salute to our sponsors get the most out of us. I'm telling you now. Salute to all of our bettors out there. Nobody does it better than BetUS. This live stream was powered by BetUS. We would hate to leave with 1,200 people in the building, but we've been live for 2 hours, you guys. Yeah. Please do me a favor, you guys. It is New Year's Eve. Be safe.
That's a fact.
Stay at home with your families. Don't beat them streets up. Don't beat them pavements. There's nothing good out there tonight for anybody, y'all. Stay home. Spend time with the people that matter the most, which is your wife, your kids, your family, whoever it is. Stay home, man, because I know I am. We're going to watch the ball drop here at the crib. I'm going to smoke me a nice cigar, have me some nice Woodson whiskey. So, man, hey, happy New Year's to every single one of y'all, man. And this was not the greatest year, y'all. It wasn't in terms of, the Raiders, just everything. It's a pretty rough year. But just thank you to all of y'all, man, who's stugged it out with us this year. I know a lot of people give us credit. Oh, you guys, you went through it, you fought through. Well, y'all fought through this shit with us.
Yeah, man. Every week, every game, every live stream, you guys are there, and it does not go unnoticed. And we really appreciate you guys, man. Because let me tell you something. It's one thing to watch a shitty football team. It's another thing to suffer alone. And the one thing that we have in this little ethos is that we're never suffering alone. We're always together. We're watching the team, we breaking it down, and we're talking each other off a ledge all the time. And I really, really appreciate every single one of you guys.
There you guys go, man. And tomorrow you will see us in 2025 active at some point, getting ready for this Chargers game. And we'll be breaking that game down very, very soon. Once again, man, thank you to everybody here in the building. My brother, love you, man. Enjoy your New Year's out there. Send our love to the family and all that good stuff. And again, you guys, thank you guys for a phenomenal stream. We will be back in 2025 to talk that Raiders shit. Salute to y'all. Love y'all. Out. One.
That's what I'm talking about.